Welcome to Shawn Ashman Art. This is Shawn Ashman, aka Lady Ash, and today we're talking about core intelligence. This is another piece from the Hardwire collection, and core intelligence is telling you to trust your instinct, to trust who and what you are, to trust that innate feeling that you have. Sometimes the answers are not with a book. It's not Chat GPT, it's not Google, it's not your best friend, it's not your mom. You have core intelligence that you need to tap into. If you don't learn the lessons of the past, unfortunately, those lessons will come back up again and you have to learn them in a different way. You'll have different characters, different personalities, but it's the same lesson. Your core intelligence is what gives you the memories of what you have done before, what have worked and what did not work. Find that space within you to tap into your core intelligence to get the answer. Now, I'm not saying don't learn new things. I'm not saying don't listen to anyone. Do your research. If you have a decision to make, go do your Googling, Chat GPT, talk to your friends, your pastor, your loved ones, your partner, whomever, your co-worker. Yes, but sit with you and trust who you are, who God made you to be, the data that you have within your hard drive. Tap into it because the data is there. And if you really and truly pull through that data, you will find the answers. It may not be the answer that you want or the answer that you think you need, but it will sometimes direct you to the next step. What do I do next? I always jump over 3 stones when I'm crossing the river. Today, I'm going to take off my shoes and I'm going to walk through the wading water. Today, I'm going to let that cold water rush over my feet and cool down my body. Today, I am not going to hop, skip, and jump. Today, I'm going through this experience so that I can learn the lesson, so that I can have new data to associate with this old data that I have, so I can make a good decision, so I can make a new decision. Sometimes I can make a different decision. As business owners, we tend to do the same thing over and over. In life with our children, we tend to go the same path. Why? Because it's safe. I'd rather to paint in acrylic. Me know acrylic dry fast. It is something I know. I don't want to touch anything else. But the international collectors are saying, Shawn Ashman, you need to learn oils. You need to understand how oils work. You need to paint with oils. Oh, I had to tap back into my core intelligence and say, what was I feeling when I was learning acrylic again? It was devastating. I was so frustrated in learning to paint. Sometimes I cried. This no look good. Me no know what me I do. Until I practiced enough and I built my self-confidence. So I had to tap back into my core intelligence and say, Shawn, remember where I come from. And that's the reason why I have those older artworks when I started out to remind me that's where you're coming from. So when I started out with oils and I had the challenge and I felt depressed, I just went back to my core intelligence. Yes, it's going to be hard. It was hard, but you made it through. This is what you did then. You can do it now. You can just practice, practice, practice. You can put your stuff out there. Back then it was BlackBerry and I used to put my stuff out there. Now I am doing the same and I've started a new collection called Lady Ash Musings. It's really pages from my diary. And I am putting out my work out there, my musings out there. Yes. And that's when I started with acrylic. That's how I got feedback. That's how I became who I am. So that core intelligence, that know-how, that memory of getting through an experience, that memory of understanding something, that approach I took that worked, that got me results, I can tap right back into that because that is within me and I can go back through that process and I can get that result. So trust who you are. Trust whose you are. God has been with you all your life. He has given you tools, He has given you experiences. You have all the data you need sometimes to make the decision for the next step. And it's that decision that you make for the next step that will allow you to upgrade your operating system, that allows you to upgrade your hardware, that puts you in the position that you need to be in now to be successful, to be winning, to be happy, to be comfortable. And so I encourage you, as usual, challenge you to tap into your core intelligence. Shut out the outside world, shut out everything that you're hearing, and trust who and what you are. Remember the good, the bad decisions. Remember the outcomes. Remember what worked. Stick with what worked because you know it worked. Take away the stuff that didn't work because you already have that data. And with that data, you will see a clear path in which to travel. This is Lady Ash sharing with you my hardwired collection. I hope you do find some inspiration in the pieces, and I will talk to you soon. See ya.